My hair's wet. It's fine. We're dealing with it. It is what it is. So, it's been a while, and the basics I can say is school is kicking me. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, you know, I could bring you with me. I don't have to suffer alone. I could bring you, and it could be fun. So that is what today's video is. It is my finals week documented for everybody to see. And we're gonna suffer together. Well, I'm gonna suffer before, but you're gonna see it later. You're gonna see it probably after finals week is over. So I don't know, you'll be here. I'll know it. I'll know you're here, and that's all that matters. So anyway, it is finals week. Finals is technically 2 weeks long because some of my classes do their finals a week early because they're nice, and some make you wait for the actual finals week. So yeah, I will explain to you what I have to do and how long I have to do it. Let's break this down class by class. I'll start with the one that's mostly over. It was my new media skills class. I had to do a social media plan for a business, and I had to present that last Thursday, which that date doesn't mean anything to you, but anyway, last week, I had to present that to my class live and in person, and that's already done. I already got the grade back from that. I did pretty good. Could have been worse, could have been way better, but you know what? I have a 90 in that class, so I don't care. I could have bombed it and been fine. So we're just gonna take it as it is. But anyway, that class, the only thing I have left is I have to attend the class after having presented the social media plan to my actual business I'm doing it for, because we're doing this plan for like a real business. It's not hypothetical. It's a real live business in my town. I have to present that plan to the business and get their feedback before class. And then at class, I'm supposed to do a recap conversation with everybody where I basically been like, hey, this is how it went. This is what they thought. This was the challenges I had going into it, and my expectations going into it, and now how my expectations have changed, and like whether I want to still pursue social media or if I don't anymore. Basically, that's the talk. That's the vibes. It's a very chill class. Everybody in it is so nice, and there's only like 6 of us, so it's not going to be that bad. It's going to be a chill conversation. I'm supposed to dress up in business clothes for that, and that is not happening until the end of next week. So that's going to be probably at the end of this video. So stay tuned for that. But me in business clothes. But yeah, it's fine. Anyway, that class is like mostly in progress. One class I'm freaking nervous for because I am so behind. It's not even funny. I am so behind in this class. It is so bad. I'm going to have to grind. It is my statistics class. I have 2 chapters of content that I have to get through. Like, we've already been doing the lectures for them. I have to physically sit and there's like this homework program that we have where you're supposed to do homework assignments for each unit. I have not done them. They're not due yet though, so it's fine. They're not due till Tuesday. As I'm filming this is Saturday. I'm filming this on Saturday. So right now, this is Saturday. Upcoming Tuesday is when they're all due. I have to finish all of those. I think it's like 7 assignments, which isn't that bad. They each of them take like 12 minutes. So it's nothing terrible, but it's not fun either. And then aside from that, I have to study for an exam for that class. That exam is going to be on Wednesday. And then the next week, I have a research project due for that class. It is worth like 400 points. It's honestly a little stressful. I was supposed to be working on that project already. I have not started. I was supposed to have started this project like 2 weeks ago, and I have not started it. I'm gonna be honest, life has just hit me in the face, and I haven't had a chance to start it yet. So it's fine. I have 2 weeks. If I work on it a little bit each day, I should be able to get it done. If I work on this project a little bit every day, it should be fine. I should get it done. I'm not that worried because I still have a week. If this was due next Wednesday, I would be stressing. I would be crying. I would be throwing up. But it's not. So we have time. It's okay. It's gonna be okay. So yeah, that's my stats class. I have 4 classes, by the way. Those are my 2. The other 2, one of them, I have a presentation that I'm supposed to do. It's nothing crazy. It's just sharing what I learned because we've been working on this research project for a few weeks now. It's basically just combining all that information into a PowerPoint and being like, this is what I learned. This is why it was important. This is what I learned. This is why you should care about it. It's basically a topic of diversity in like an industry, and I chose diversity in entrepreneurship or small business ownership. I kind of merged the two together because they're kind of the same thing. Because entrepreneurs own small businesses. So I don't know. I kind of merged them into the same topic. Basically based on that, and I'm supposed to present it and be like, this is why this is important. This is why diversity is important in that industry. This is what the state of diversity in that industry looks like right now. Like the pay gap between men and women, yada, yada, yada. You don't care. Yada, 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 whatever. It's supposed to be on that, and it's supposed to be like a 5-minute presentation. So it's nothing crazy. I'm not supposed to like talk for a half an hour. Thank goodness. But yeah, that's what it is. And I have until Tuesday. That presentation is on Tuesday. The outline and presentation itself are due on Monday. So I have some time. I've already started that. I'm like halfway through that. So we've made progress. I'm about halfway done. So that's good. My last class. He hasn't even posted the assignment yet, which is really rude. It is due not this upcoming week, it's due the next week. It is a presentation on a paper, like an article. I think he gave us 2 articles. There's 2 options. One of the options is really convoluted and complicated. I'm not doing that option, so I'm not even going to describe to you what it is. The other option B, is the one I'm going with. It is a presentation just basically summarizing an article and like a reflection on the article and how it connects to a guy's book, Postman, a philosopher. We're supposed to connect the article to his ideals and talk about how they relate and like if his ideals hold up in 2026. Basically, I think I can't check this because he hasn't posted the assignment, so I can't pull up the guidelines and be like, this is what it is. This is basically, that's the gist of what I remember from him saying in class. So it may not be 100% accurate. I will clarify that later in this video probably. But I am choosing, I don't know which article I'm going to choose yet. One of them is based on beautification in media, so like basically like model transformation shows like America's Next Top Model, and like how people feel the need to change themselves for clout and like to like better themselves, like the whole like toxic idea of like bettering yourself and like being perfect and being good in society, like influencers, that type of thing, like influencer culture of like hustling and bettering yourself and yada yada yada. Basically that. And then the other one is about Guy Fieri. If you don't know who he is, where have you been? Where have you been in society if you don't know who he is? But anyway, it's about him and like his food and like his shows, and I guess how that like affects society and like his healthy eating stuff, I guess. I haven't read this article because it hasn't been posted yet, so I'm guessing. I will probably clarify that later, but this is what I think. I don't know. I am probably leaning towards the beautification article because I am more familiar with that one. I've already been reading that one for like a week now, so I know that one pretty inside and out, and I think I'll have an easier time connecting that one to Postman stuff. So I think I'm going to do that one. That is a virtual presentation, which kind of sucks because I wish I could just give it in person. I hate making videos of myself and having to like talk and like watch the timer go up, like watch the time, because it's a time limit thing. I hate watching that, like the recording, it going up. I hate that. So I'm gonna suffer a little bit it's a video presentation. We're supposed to record a video of ourselves presenting the thing. We're supposed to post it, and then we're supposed to do 2 video replies to other classmates talking about what they talked about, I guess. So that's gonna be fun. The reason I'm fine doing that is because he doesn't care about the background in our videos, which is really nice. My other class, she cares about having like a professional background. And if you don't know me, I don't have a blank wall in this house. My walls are very maximalist, very heavily decorated. It is distracting as heck. There is nothing professional about my house. So I would have had to go to campus to record videos, and it's like at this point I may as well just go to class and present them in person. Class, I've chosen every time to do stuff in person, but I can't do that this time with this other class, so I'm just gonna have to accept that it's virtual and go with it. On top of all of this work that I have to do for the end of summer, there is a small roadblock that has been blocking me from being productive. And that is like personal, but I'll talk about it anyway because it's really no big deal. On Wednesday of this week, I sprained my ankle. Not crazily, I can walk, thank goodness. So I don't think there's any tears. I won't need surgery, which is, if I needed surgery, I would have cried. I'm being straight up with you, I would cry. But I don't need surgery, so that's good. I don't know that for sure yet. I haven't been to the doctor, but based on like my parents' experience with broken ankles, we were thinking I don't need surgery, so that is good. It's just gonna need healing and time, but I'm still gonna be going to the doctor anyway to get it checked out and get some imaging done of it, just so I have that in the future, because it seems to me that I am clumsy. And this is the second time I've sprained this ankle, so we probably need to get some imaging done of it just so I have it as a reference in case I ever actually do tear something. So yeah, that's fine. We're gonna do that. I have to unfortunately miss one of my classes because the only available appointment time was during my class. So it's whatever. And that's another roadblock. The reason why it's a roadblock is because I sprained my right foot. So that means I can't drive. I am a commuting student. I live at my parents' house and I drive 12 minutes every day to go to school. So I'm kind of stuck and that sucks. It really sucks. It makes me so mad, but we just deal with it. So for like the foreseeable future, for like a week or so, I can't drive and it is so unfortunate. It's fine. I've been arranging rides with like my family to get to school and with like friends. I am so lucky. I have the best of friends in the world who are willing to help me out. Even though they don't go to school, they're willing to help me out and get me there in like exchange for lunch or whatever. It's fine. They're so nice. I'm so internally grateful for those people, and I'm probably gonna have to get them a gift card or something once I'm better, but we'll deal with that later. Anyway, the thing that sucks with that is I would have went to class on the day I have the appointment, but I would have had to get a ride from school to the appointment, and I feel like that's way too complicated. I would have needed a ride to school, and then I would have needed a ride from school to the appointment, and then I would have needed a ride home, and that's way too much effort. Like, that's asking way too much of people. It just is. It's asking way too much of people, so I'm just gonna skip class and just go to the appointment, and it's fine. It's fine. The class that I'm missing is just review for the final, so hopefully she's gonna post the review assignment online and I can just do the assignment from home and it'll be great. I may ask her for the assignment. I'm gonna hit her up, I think, and be like, hey, I'm getting an appointment I'm getting my swollen ankle scanned, so can I please have the review online so I can prepare, please? I think that's the plan. But anyway, I'm gonna wrap this explanation up and start doing work because I'm procrastinating so bad. If you can't tell, I'm kind of delaying. That is basically the introduction to this vlog and what this vlog entails. It's gonna be my trials and tribulations over the next 2 weeks. And yeah, you're gonna be coming along with me for the journey, and we're gonna do this. There's some videos I love watching. I love watching people's grinding for the end of the semester vlogs, like trying to do a semester in one day. That vlog, I don't know if you've heard of that vlog, but that was such a good vlog. Oh my gosh. So I want to do my version of that, but the stakes are lower. The stakes are lower, thankfully. I didn't put myself in that bad of a situation, but we're getting there if I don't get started. So anyway, that's the start of this video. I hope you're willing to endure this with me, and I really appreciate you being here. Let's do this thing. Let's pass my classes. I have a few things to work on today. I think my goals are to finish that presentation that I have to do for Tuesday, since that one's like a harsh deadline in person. I think, but also I think that's gonna be easier. I think it's gonna take less time than all my stat lab stuff. So I think if I work on my stat lab till I get bored and then switch to the presentation and then switch or whatever, I can get both done at the same time and hopefully make some progress. My priority is gonna be that presentation outline because that is worth a lot of points. And I mean, my stats stuff is too, but I have tomorrow to work on that as well. So I don't know. And I have to do both. It's just which would I prefer to finish first. I think the in-person thing is probably slightly more important because I can work on my stats lab stuff till midnight and it, you know, whereas like I have to be done by noon, you know? So I don't know. I'm gonna see. I did a little bit of work, but I'm taking a break, a tiny break, mostly because I'm so struggling to focus right now. It is the curse of ADHD. It's hitting so hard, I think, because my instincts is just to lay down and like recharge over the weekends, but I can't do that now because I'm stuck doing so much stuff. But like I have to do the work today because I'm busy tomorrow and Monday. So it's like, frick. I'm just gonna have to be patient and hope that I don't procrastinate very hard. I don't know. It's rough. I might body double with my friend. It is much later in the day, so the progress update, I got half of my presentation for Tuesday done, and I've started on this stats project, and let me tell you, this stats project is hell already. It's already hell. So let me explain. So here is my spreadsheet. These are all my numbers, all the data. There's 15,000 numbers, and from within that, I need 25 samples of 20 numbers. So 25 groups of 20. Yeah, 25 samples and smaller sample sizes. Minimum sample size is 20. So I need 25 groups of 20 things. So that is 500. So these are my parameters. I randomly generated 500 numbers from the values of whatever one, like I think I did 2 because 1 was the first row in the Excel is I don't know. Anyway, I did 2, doesn't matter. I did 2 through whatever, 15,000, whatever, and I did no repeating. So I generated that list of 500 numbers, and I'm slowly putting them into this Excel sheet, color-coded in groups of 20. So color-coded in groups of 20. I've got 3 groups so far, and then I'm going to go into the second column and pull the weight number from each one and put it in this column, and then fill it in. This is going to take freaking hours. This is going to take hours, but I have to do it. I don't know how else to do it. So I don't know if there's a faster method, but this is how I'm going to do it. So great. I don't have a choice. This is what we're doing. This is genuinely going to take hours. I don't know how else to do it in a faster way. So this is how we're stuck. We're stuck doing it this way. I'm in hell. I'm going to be in hell. But this is the best way I could think of to do it. So that's just how we're gonna do it. This sucks. Do not recommend this for anybody, but here we are. Here we are. On the bright side, I'm at 50, so that means I'm like 1/5 of the way there because I need 500. So yay. 1/10. Woo. Anyway. Sorry, someone in my Discord server was like, why does making citations take so long? I would pay money to do citations right now. I would pay money to do that instead of this stats project. But this is not how it works. So, yay. I'm so, okay. I'm gonna keep going. I genuinely am not gonna sleep until I finish inputting all 500 random generated numbers because I don't want to lose this web page of the generated list. So I need to do this before I go to bed. So it's 9:50 right now. So hopefully I'm not up till 3 a.m. We'll see. All right, it is 11. I got all of the sample groups done with all the numbers. Now what I have to do is take this number, for example. I have to go into this spreadsheet and go to that numbered row and take the weight that it is and enter it over here. So I gotta comb through 15,000 numbers and make sure I don't use the raw number to get the weight to do it and enter it here. And I have to do that 500 times. I wanna die. It's the next day. I'm gonna be doing my stat labs now. Not all of it because I have a lot to do, but I'm gonna be doing some of it. I think I'm gonna try to get as much of it done today as possible, and then I can do the rest of it tomorrow, or at least as much as possible tomorrow. But yeah, I have 14 things, but it possibly is 10 depending on how I score, but 14 little assignments I have to do. I don't know why I left it up so late. I told myself last time I wasn't gonna do that, but life, so I gotta do it. It's fine. The stuff remains fresh by the time it's time for the exam, so I guess that's like a benefit. I don't know. It's whatever. At this point, I just gotta do it. So we're gonna be doing as much as possible. It's almost 12:30. I have to hang out with some friends at 3 because I'm gonna be meeting their baby, so that's kind of exciting. But yeah, I need to get it done. So, whew, this is fun. So it's been a while. I had a presentation on Tuesday. Went well. I planned for 4 minutes. It was a 6-minute presentation. So I had to wing it a lot, but I think it went well. Today is Thursday, so I have another presentation. I'm supposed to just talk in front of the class about how sharing the PowerPoint with my company went. So basically I had to present what I presented last Thursday to my company, and that's really loud. I had to present that and talk about how it went with my class. I'm supposed to like recap how it went, and then that's the last thing I have to do for that class. So then I'll be totally done with that class. And basically all I'll have left after that is my stats final project, because I already took the final test for that class yesterday and I kind of bombed it, but it's okay. So I have the final project for that I need to do, a test that I need to take for my last class. So I'm basically in the final stretch. I just have the project, the presentation. Anyway, that's my update. And a test to do. To school because I can't drive because of my spring. I still have to. It's really weird. It's been going to attend class on Monday, even though we've already done the final. That's a good sign. What we're doing. I think we're doing like a participation assignment or something. I don't know, we're doing something. She said it's gonna be worth our time, so whatever. But I'm gonna go to that in hopes that it's worth my time. But also, I think I'm gonna have some questions on the project because it's really long, really complicated, and I'm probably gonna have some questions. So I just wanted to add hopefully I can ask those questions and then finish up the project on Monday and turn it in. So I gotta go. Part 1 and 2 are due Monday, but I think she said she's gonna extend part 3 and 4 to be due Wednesday. But I think my goal is just to get it fully done on Monday so then I don't have to worry about it. I promise I wear different clothes. This is just my pajamas and I wanted to be cozy today. So today is the final push on the stats project. I'm trying to get that done, or at least part 1 and part 2, because I think part 3 and 4 are going to be due Wednesday. I'm not 100% sure, but anyway, I'm at least trying to get the hard part done. I'm so close to getting 200 of the samples written down. Like I have the initial samples written down, but I need to get like the actual like data point. So like for the weight, I need to write down the weight for that number. So I am about a third of the way done with that, and it's been an hour, and I just got notification that I'm scheduled for a therapy appointment at 2. At 3, not 2, which is nice, I guess, but I didn't expect that. That's kind of gonna eat into my work time, but it's fine. Great. Hopefully my therapist shows up, because last time I had an appointment yesterday, but she supposedly just didn't show up, so I need to be like, yo, am I gonna get charged for that? Anyway, hopefully not, but yeah, I'm gonna try to get as much done as possible before that appointment and keep going. And this is what it looks like. It's literally just a stats sheet with, I color coded the sample groups because that would make my life easier. And I'm currently writing down all the numbers, and I have to go all the way to row 500. So I'm like, you see, a third of the way there. And after I do this, I have to find the standard deviation and the mean, I think, of all the separate groups together. So of all the separate numbers, all the separate samples, I have to find those of each of them. So that's gonna be fun. I don't know where I'm gonna write down that information, but that's also gonna take some time, but hopefully less time than this. So I don't know, I've been told by my classmates that this is the hardest part of the project. Once I get all this done, the actual analysis part is going to be so easy. So I'm just hoping that that's actually true and the rest of it will go faster, because this is really hard. So hey, this is Summer Joyce. Actually I did horrible. Not in this project, but I did horrible because I didn't really tell you how the rest of the project went. So this is me after the summer, after the fact, telling you how I did. So continuing it, I had to find the means and the standard deviations of each sample, and I did that via I'm not opening this Excel sheet again because it is so glitchy, it like crashes my whole computer. But anyway, I used an Excel function to find the mean and the standard deviation because I was not doing that math myself. So I found each group and put them here in a chart and did that for all of it, and I had to answer a few questions, so I did that. And then part 3, I had to do like a histogram, and I had to answer if I thought it entered a normal deviation. I just said that it did. I don't know if that's actually true. Mathematicians, do not come for me, please. Because I did not want to have to do the work to actually normalize it. I was like, okay, I'm just going to claim that it's normalized, so hopefully I don't have to do that work. And the histogram is actually inside the spreadsheet. I made both a histogram and a whisker plot, if you know what that is. If you don't know what that is, you don't need to know. It's just a box with like lines on the outside. You probably would know what it is if you took high school, but if you took high school math. But it doesn't matter. You don't need to know. It's not relevant. But yeah, that was what part 3 was. And then for part 4, I had to find the average weight total and then make a prediction and find 5 random samples within it and do the z-scores of each of them mathematically, and then find where the largest one fell, where the smallest one fell,
and then do a null hypothesis and an alternate hypothesis, where basically I was like, what's that? The average weight is this, the alternative is that the average weight is not this, and then I had to use a test statistic to prove whether that's true or not. And I don't know. Again, mathematicians, do not come for me. I ended up rejecting it because I thought this was less than that, but I don't know if that's actually true. I'm bad at numbers. So I thought I had to reject it. I don't know. I don't know if that's actually true or not. I just went with it, and that's just what I did because I was so done with this at this point that I just wanted to get it done. It was due Thursday. I got this in on Wednesday. So I did it a day early. I achieved my goal. I was so done. So I don't know if this is actually true or not. This could just be a bunch of BS. It probably is. So don't take my advice and like goals as a mathematician, but yeah, I'm not going to be a statistics person when I grow up. When I'm out of college, I'm not going to be doing that for a living. So I think it's fine. Anyway, that was my stats project. That is how it went, in case you were curious. And now I'm going to explain more because I really didn't do a good job explaining.
Sorry for my disjointed appearance again. It has been a day, y'all. It has been a day. So it is fine. It's a lot. It's been a lot since school ended. But I am reshooting the outro to this video because I did a horrible job at finishing, explaining it. This somehow turned into a cooking vlog. I'm going to be honest. This turned into a cooking vlog somehow. And I've saved that footage and I'm going to make a separate video of that. So I don't know if you're going to be on the lookout for that. I don't know if it's happening or not. I'm just saying it turned into a cooking vlog somehow. So I'm separating that footage into something else. But yeah, so I need to finish the school part of this vlog. So here we are. I'm explaining it now. The presentation that I had to do, the virtual presentation, it was actually on Guy Fieri. I explained this I actually clarified this via text in the first part of the video. It was about how his cooking, how his like show encouraged populism. I still don't know what that means. I'm gonna be honest. I kind of had to BS it. And nationalism, like he utilized nationalism to get like people to agree with him, and like he tried to be relatable as the person's chef. Anyway, I had to do a presentation on that and analyze the article. I didn't actually have to connect it to Postman at all, which was really nice. So yeah, it was just an article analysis presentation, and I did the bare minimum, 6 minutes. It was really bad. I'm gonna be honest. It was not the best presentation that I've ever done, but I had a 89 in that class, so I just needed to do a presentation. It didn't have to be good. I just needed a 50% to keep my grade. So I did a 50% presentation. But I also wanted to explain that math class that I had to go to and if it would be worth my while or not. Because I know I would be curious about it, and I didn't answer that for you. And like, what the heck? Okay, I'm doing this injustice right. So, okay, basically at this math class, I walk in on Monday, and it's very chill. When I get there, the teacher has donuts. She has donuts for us. They're Albertsons donuts, or Kroger, if that's your area of town. Kroger, whatever your equivalent of Kroger is, they were those donuts. And those are some really good donuts. So I had a donut because she wanted us to have donuts. She was like forcing people to take donuts because she did not want to take those home, which, like, understandable. So she was making us have donuts, and we ate our donuts, and she was like, okay, this is a probability game. So you are playing for extra credit. You get 50 points just for showing up. But if you get third place, you get 75 extra credit points. If you get second, you get 100. And if you get first place, you get 150. So it was in teams. The game was in teams. So I was like, okay, I'm just happy to have the 50 points extra credit. So anything more than that was a bonus. I was just happy to have the 50. So she pairs us up via cards, and I get paired with this girl that I don't really know, but she's nice. Anyway, I get paired with her, and one by one, she has us go up and draw from like a bag like this. And she has these colored blocks in there. And basically we're using these draws of our draws and other people's draws. We are supposed to guess she told us there's 5 colors. We're supposed to guess how many blocks of each color are in the bag based on how many draws we get, based on what we get in the draws, and using probability, which was really interesting, actually. It was a really fun game. So our pairs do 5 draws, and then she had us combine teams with another pair and then another pair to make our full 4 team, the 4 teams in total. So we had to compare our notes and make estimates of what we got. And I'm going to spare you the full details, but our team got real close. We got so close, guys. We had the right numbers, but we had the wrong colors. So basically, if you swapped 2 of our colors, we would have had a perfect score. I'm just saying, we did it. We did that. We ate so hard. We cooked. I don't know, every phrase like that could be applied to that situation. But there was a bit of an injustice because this one team, they were so off. For example, there were 7 red. They literally started saying 7 black, and she's like, do you seriously want to go with that answer? Because it was so off base and just so wrong. And then they got to change their answer, and they went last, so they knew what we answered, and they changed their answer. And everybody was like, that is BS. They should not win because they didn't full send and commit with their first answer. And I agreed with that because it's on principle. You should take your first answer and commit. And like that makes sense. So she compromised and did a tiebreaker because we did tie technically. And she gave us first place because of the fact that if you swapped the 2 numbers, we would have had a perfect score. Because what else was there to base off of? There wasn't really anything else to base it off of. And for some reason, those people that changed their answers were so salty about getting second. And I was like, girl, if you had kept your original answer, you would have gotten a 0. You would have gotten 4th place. So you should just accept the fact that you got 100 points of extra credit. You should just take it and run because you would have gotten nothing if you had stuck with your original answer and didn't cheat. So just take the 100, man. Anyway, all that to say, I got 150 extra credit points for that math class. And I honestly think that is what's going to save me. Because something else that happened that I didn't tell you about is that the Stat Labs thing, there was a known glitch in the 2nd chapter that if you failed the skills check quiz, it would lock you out of the assignments because it wanted you to do the homework improve your grade quiz, but the improve your grade quiz was saying you couldn't do it unless you did the quiz. But it was like locked in this weird loop thing. And because I had chosen to do that chapter the night before it was due, I wasn't able to email her and be like, hey, can you fix this and let me bypass it to be able to do the chapter? And because of that, I ended up losing out on those points. So they counted as 0s in the grade book. So 4 of those assignments were 0s. And I think that with that 150 extra credit points, it's going to balance it out and basically be the 150 points that I missed out on with those 0s. So I honestly totally think that saved my grade. And I am eternally grateful that I woke up on Monday morning and decided to go because I honestly almost didn't go. So I am very fortunate that I got out of bed and I was like, let's do this. Let's go. And we did it. And yeah, so that's how that went for stats. I'm very fortunate about that. And yeah, the rest of the classes, that presentation, like I said, happened. It happened. And the project, I ended up turning in the project early because I finished early because I was great. Mostly because I just wanted to get it over with. So I just grinded it out and got it done. And yeah, I finished everything the day of early with 9 hours to spare. So that was great. 9 hours to spare. Yay. I actually wasn't going till midnight. you know, honestly, with ADHD, that is a goal. We don't want to be pushing up against the deadline like that. We don't. And all that to say, my summer is going great so far. Yay. Yeah, we're done. Woo! We're finished for 3 months, and then I go back. I have a year and a half left, if you're wondering, and it's gonna be like it's gonna be the most mentally tough year ever, because because the senioritis is gonna kick in, and I want to be done, but I'm not gonna be done. So, yay. Anyway, sorry, I'm doing this a lot. I think that's like my default now. But all I have to do is focus on trying to secure an internship, because an opportunity for one has arose, and I'm going to be taking that opportunity the best I can, and I'm going to be doing it. So, yay. Hopefully I get it. I don't know. I may not let you know if I get it or not, because I don't know. That feels a little personal. I don't know. We'll see. I might mention it in like a fall vlog or something. I don't know. Well, I'll probably mention it. Let's be real. But yeah, I'm not going to be telling you what I'm doing, because that feels a little too personal. But it is an internship on my campus, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, that internship, if I get it, it doesn't start until the fall. So that has no effect on what we're doing right now. So yay, that's cool. Anyway, that is it. That's all. We're done. We're done here. Yay. We can go have a good summer. And yeah, there's going to be more content coming this summer. I hope to get a little more active with posting. Maybe not weekly, but at least some. I want to at least do a few videos this summer and be more consistent with it, because I miss you guys and I want to have fun, and also pre-record some stuff for the fall. So yay, let's do it. Let's do it. And yeah, that's it for me today. I don't want to drag this on any longer than necessary, so I'm just gonna tell you guys, have a good rest of your day. Drink water. Energy drinks and pop do not count. And yeah, we'll be having some fun this summer. Okay. Yeah, goodbye. Bye, guys.